welcome to our top 10 tips for booking a cruise holiday. Up until the time you make final payment for your holiday, around a couple of months before your trip, and the enthusiasm that builds from there until you step on board your chosen ship, one of the most exciting time pre-cruise is when you get to book your holiday. It does of course depend on just what you want from a cruise holiday, as many simply look to book their favourite line or ship to a destination that they know well, but if you prefer a more adventurous getaway, or if you are looking for something new, there is much more to think about. If you have cruised before, you will likely have your own system for booking a cruise, and whilst this list looks at a lot of the things that we do, it certainly isn't a perfect system. Hopefully by watching this list you will pick up a tip or two that you can add into your own system, and that maybe makes the booking process easier for you, and you never know, it may even help you save some money next time. As ever, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications, as not only does it help us produce more content for you, but it makes sure you miss none of our cruise guides, top 10s, tips and advice videos. Also, why not leave a comment below and tell us about your booking process and your top tips for booking a cruise holiday. A lot of, if not all, of the tips that we feature take some time and effort on your behalf to get the best deal available. But if you have a busy lifestyle where you just don't have the time to do any of these, we recommend using a specialist travel agent. A general travel agent may have the skills to book you on a beach holiday in the Spanish Costas or a city break to New York, but they are less likely to have the specialised knowledge needed about cruising. A great travel agent should be able to get you the best deal, which is something you can do yourself, and they will take their cut. Whilst this is something you should always do before booking any type of holiday or enter into any sort of contract, it is especially pertinent for cruise holidays. So many of us fly around the world just to start our cruise, so you don't really want to arrive at your departure port and not be allowed on board. Major issues can often crop up for those who are cruising while pregnant, as the cut-off date is often much earlier than airlines require. Other things that can often catch out cruisers include whether taxes and surcharges are extra or included, and also the refund, change and cancellation policies that change from line to line. If, like us, you need to save up the money for your next cruise pretty much up to the point where it's time to pay for it, you may think that you have to wait until the last minute to book. That can often lead to higher prices or on you missing out on the cabin location you want, but don't forget that with the vast majority of cruise lines, you only need to pay a deposit to secure your cabin at the price you want. Many lines also allow you to get a lower price if a discount is offered after you're booked, and for some great special offers that allow for low deposit amounts, you can often book your holiday for only around £50 to £150 per person. Sadly, the cost of a cruise holiday isn't often the true cost of a cruise holiday. What we mean by that is when you see the cost of a cruise holiday on a website, there is often many add-ons to be included in the cost before you come to the final payment. These things can be relatively minor, including the likes of booking fees to car charges, but they can soon rack up and include major extra fees. One big difference can come from just what is included in the fare, as one website or travel agent may include things such as gratuities, drinks and Wi-Fi, while some won't. So whilst one place may have a higher cost, when you actually come to book it, you may end up saving in the end. Not so long ago, to check the price of a cruise holiday at several different sources, you would need to pound the high street or spend hours on the phone ringing around agents and cruise lines. But nowadays, everything you need is just a few clicks away, so there is no excuse not to compare prices and offers. Whilst we tend to book directly with cruise lines, we always check several travel agents before booking to see what prices they are offering and what added perks are included. The same cabin on the same itinerary can vary in cost by quite a lot from one source to another. A lot of these tips cover knowing what you want for a cruise, but it's often just as important to know what you don't want. We all have things that are simply a no-go for us when cruising, whether that is a cabin type, a line we have had a bad experience on, or a port we just don't want to visit, and keeping all of those things in mind can help you focus when booking your cruise. By using your own experience on what doesn't work for you, it also helps when offers come around and you sometimes are rushed into booking a cruise, and that saves you from suffering from that mistake when on holiday. A cruise holiday is something that many of us look forward to for a year or longer. From the time of booking, there is always that rush to grab the cabin we want and to get it booked. That rush can often lead to a higher price and no extras given, so we always recommend waiting to see what comes along. Of course, that only works if there are lots of cabins available in the area you want, but as long as you keep an eye on that, you can see if an offer, a price cut or any special perks are added to your cruise. Some of the biggest sales are only for a limited time period, with some only being for a few hours over a weekend or during a specific period such as Black Friday. If you see the cruise you want for the price you want, you need to act quickly, and one of the best ways to do that is to already have an account with the line or lines you are interested in. If you sailed with them before, you will already be set up, but if you're looking to book with a new line, you can register an account with their website well before actually booking a cruise. This is something that is sadly becoming more and more important if you're looking to grab a bargain, as so often when a cruise line announces a discount, it just doesn't add up. Some lines are worse than others, but we have seen 50% off offers on an itinerary we are tracking, but then in honesty, you're only saving nearer to 5 or 10%. What we like to do is bookmark a cruise that we are interested in our internet browser and add the price to the title. Then when we check back in a few weeks, or even when an offer is announced, we can quickly then see if the price has gone up or down. Our top tip is to plan early, and that is for several reasons. Cruise lines tend to announce itineraries around 2 to 3 years in advance, depending on the type of cruise, and that gives you plenty of time to look through what is on offer, pick a couple that you like, and have the flexibility needed to grab bargains, cheap upgrades, and get the best possible cruise for you at the best possible price. If you know well in advance the region you want to visit, the lines you like, when you want to sail, and how much you want to spend, you are ready to act when the perfect trip crops up and take advantage of any special offers. So there you have our top 10 tips for booking a cruise holiday. I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you next time.